Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3. Give me a sec. Let me just check if it's working. Hey guys, can you hear me? Yes, 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 yes. How's everyone doing? Wonderful, 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 wonderful. How is everyone doing? All good? Give me a sec. Okay. Okay. Let people join in. Let people join in. Yes, we're back to Saturday. Somehow it feels like Saturdays are going fast, no? Don't you think? Like it feels like just now we did a session on Saturday and then again we're doing a session again on Saturday. Very fast we're doing sessions nowadays. It's crazy. That's also because nothing's happening in the market, sadly. I mean, it's happening, but nothing as much as we would wish or want it to, right? But again, let's quickly get into the video. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to start? Yes, I think most of you guys are there. Let's quickly get into the video. Sharing my screen. Let's look at what is going on with Nifty. Okay, so as we can see, let me check 100-day moving average. Oof, 200 days far away. So right now, as we can see, Nifty is right at the 100-day moving average, and it has been there from the last few days. It is actually consolidating. First of all, I want to ask you guys a question. How is your portfolio looking like right now? How low has it gone in the last few days? Right, I know we have got a small correction, but I also know that a lot of people are panicking with the small correction. Technically, if you really see, the correction is not that heavy. I mean, this is still Nifty 50. Obviously, the other Nifties have gone down. Mid cap and small have gone down more, but here the index has gone down by only 4%. Yes, but your mid cap and small cap have gone down by 6-7%. But I hope that is okay. How much is your portfolio down right now? -7%, -7%. How many of you are feeling sad though about the market? Because it's actually been range bound for a very long period of time. Look at this. It's actually been range bound for a very long period of time. See this. Yes, we did get the pullback rally, and after the pullback rally, it's been in this 5% range since May 8th. Can you see this? Since May 8th, it's been in this very boring zone right now. But it's okay. It's completely fine, because I'll tell you what we're going to talk about today as well, which is also very interesting, but it's okay. In the meantime, are you guys looking at global news? Right? Do you see what your favorite person just did from last week to this week? How many of you all saw the global news? Yeah. Last week only we spoke about this. Literally last week we had a beautiful session. We did a nice half roasting session with for our dear friend Donald Trump, and we literally spoke about the exact same thing, that he will not do anything. He will chicken out. We spoke about taco, right? Trump always chickens out. We spoke about it, and literally that happened today. Literally the same thing happened today, where Putin and Trump basically spoke. They did some nice photo op sessions for the media. Ha ha, he, hoo. They did everything. And then uske baad he said, okay, so all the people who are buying oil from Russia, we will not put any tariff on them. Bus, peace, all of us good friends, back to normal. Right? And the best part is, what happened to the beloved pharma tariff? Abhi tak nahi aaya. Time ho gaya na, matlab he's almost it's almost 1 year now since he's taken office, because I think he came in Jan, but he won in October, November. So it's almost 1 year, and that pharma tariff is still coming. It's just on the way. It's just reached Sion. Now it's coming very close to the party, right? Just on the way. Kabhi aayega pata nahi, because he will realize very soon that if he does anything with respect to pharma, his whole market will get destroyed very quickly. So I think now people have realized ki bus, he's just a guy who's just like us, only doing bakchodi all the time. He's just doing all time pass stuff, and he just wants a little bit of attention, which is fine, completely okay. I hope none of them see my YouTube videos, because then my US visa will get revoked completely. But yes, that is basically how it is, right? But yes, the market has not been moving since the last 6 months, and there are multiple different factors towards it. We have spoken about some of the factors in the past, but we will talk about more factors in deep dive today, and we will understand where we went wrong, what can be done, what needs to be changed. So all of these things we will be talking about in today's session, right? Again, before we start the session, let's thank Grow for making us a part of the Grow network, because now we are powered by Grow, as you can see. And are you guys enjoying the podcasts that are coming out on the channel? You would have also seen that the number of Number of videos have increased, the number of content has increased, the deeper diving of the content has increased. And I have a very big surprise for you guys very soon, because I have recently, our team from the last 2 weeks, we're trying to like up our game a little bit on the research side. So we've made a very kick-ass presentation about one company. It's our first test, so we're doing like a kick-ass presentation on one company, very deep dive research about the company. After we did the deep dive research, we realized, oh, there are a lot of flaws and there are a lot of good things also in this company, and we have done a beautiful design on that company as well, spending a lot of money on it. But I will come and do a video on that very soon to you guys as well. We will launch that also. But I hope you guys are enjoying it. So again, thanks Grow for helping with us, helping that, because they're helping us scale our team, grow our channel, and a lot of other things as well, right? Okay, bring taco to your podcast, Abhishek is saying. Abhishek, no man. Then he'll say something on my podcast and then he'll again lie. And then you guys will be like, Shashank, what guest are you getting on the podcast? He's constantly lying. He's in Delulu land. So see, my audience will shout at me na if I get इसलिए ऐसा थोड़ा बड़ा guest बोलो ना, मतलब don't talk about some small guest like that. Talk about big guest. We don't want Fekuchans coming on our entire podcast, right? Okay. Yeah, so we've been doing a lot of podcasts, as you guys can see, so it is very good. Bring your father on the podcast. Manidhar is asking. Very interesting. It is in progress. We have already shot the episode with him. I know you guys wanted it. A lot of you guys asked for it. The episode has already been shot. I think 8 episodes have been shot. I think it'll be after 2 more episodes that will come out live. So everything has been shot. So don't worry about it. And we have shot some crazy stuff also. I don't know how many of you will remember. Do you guys remember long ago we did a live, and I did a live about a report. Did you guys see this White Oak report I had done a long time ago on YouTube? I don't know if you guys remember it, but I had made one video called "This is one of the best reports I read," and we did a deep dive about that White Oak report, and it had a lot of information about India's market, right? So life is so beautiful because when you work hard, things happen to you, right? We basically got the founder of White Oak, and I did a review of that exact same PDF for the August month with him, and I'm going to put that live very soon. It was a macro report about India, superb. And I was like, dude, I'm a fan of that report because before knowing you only, I love that report. So instead of doing a podcast, can we go through this report and understand why you made this and what is your deep dive? So we've actually gone through specific slides of that report, and he's explained some crazy things about the market, which is just amazing, right? But again, coming back to our topic now, whenever Nifty goes down like this, which is, let's say right now down -5, -6%, and in the last 1 year, can somebody guess what is Nifty 50's return? Last 1 year return of Nifty 50. Can somebody guess? Let's see who can guess this. 1 year ago. Last 1 year, Nifty 50 has given an amazing total of 0.37% return. That means almost very close to year end, and we are looking at 0.37% return. Now, this is also because we are coming off a large base. Whenever there is a growth happening in the industry, which is very fast, for example, look at the last 5 years. Index only has gone up 120% in the last 5 years. Whenever there is a massive growth happening, there is also normalization periods or consolidation periods that will come because you've also grown so fast. So we need to like calm down a little bit, right? But you know what? That was just one problem. Okay. Another problem also started coming in. Have you noticed that in the last few months, the government of India has been trying very hard? Have you noticed this? They've been trying very hard to make this growth happen. Because if you see all the conference call highlights of let's say your FMCG companies, everyone has commonly said one thing since last September. Do you know what they've been saying? Do you know what they've been saying since last September? They've constantly been saying that there is slowdown in the urbanization, slowdown in the rural sector, there is slowdown in the urban sector. Have you noticed this theme? Everyone in the consumption theme has been talking about some slowdown, slow consumer. Now, let's go back a little bit and jog our memory, right? First things first, the Indian government said, you know what? Let us decrease the interest rates. That means if we decrease the interest rates, people will take more loan and the spending will happen. Great stuff. Okay, so we decrease the interest rate. Nothing happened. Absolutely nothing happened. Then the government of India said, maybe we need another catalyst. Let us inject some money into the system because I think a lot of growth will come. So they did that RBI OMO liquidity injection, right? Almost 100,000 crores was injected into people's in the system. Okay, nothing happened. Then they said, you know what, maybe income tax is the problem. So because the rural area and urban consumption is not happening, and most of the consumption is with the youth of our country, so let us increase the tax slab to 12,75,000. That means abhi to April ke baad to we will see insane consumption. Nothing happened. And now after that, we saw finance minister coming on news and even putting a post on Twitter saying, why are the private sector companies not taking this low interest rate and doing capex? Why are they just sitting with cash in their banks? Big problem, because private sector is also not putting manufacturing plants, and if they don't put, nothing will happen. Then now finally, I think during the Independence Day parade, PM Modi announced that in Diwali he will give us a surprise. Basically, they're doing a massive rejig with the GST, right? Now what happened with GST? They were charging 12% for basic commodities like milk and all of that, so that became an issue. So now they're saying that, okay, let us decrease the liability on that, and maybe we will do this. So let me show you that exact thing, right? So basically, we're going to come with new generation GST reforms that is going to reduce the tax burden. Why? Because obviously we've been taxed quite well, right? I would say honestly, we've been taxed very well in the last few years, because salary used to be taxed. Uske baad LTCG, STCG went up, which is your share market income. Dividend tax is up. STT, which is security transaction tax, also went up. Your income tax was anyway getting screwed, so you were anyway in a bad loop over there. GST was an all-time high. Anything you buy, there was GST on it. So if there is too much tax, what was happening? People are not spending, because I think they thought that people will spend, and people were spending. Do you know when they were spending? When the stock market was going up drastically, people were making money and people were spending money, because I was making a lot of money, so I'm going to spend a lot of money, right? It was a very simple thing about this ecosystem. But then when the people were making a lot of money on the stock market, they suddenly came and said STCG, LTCG up, right? STCG to 20%, LTCG 12.5%, right? STT on top of that. So even FIIs got dejected. They're like, what is this nonsense? And honestly, if you ask me, in the last 1 year, not many people have made money in the stock market. Even my portfolio is up only like 10%, even though Nifty is given 0.57. I'm only up 10% in the entire year as of now, as of August. Maybe towards the end, I'll be slightly higher. But that is how it is. It is not doing really well, right? Now, what they've announced now, which is another attempt to boost consumption, is that let us reduce the GST now, okay? And GST is going to happen. Now, look at the changes that are coming in, right? There is only going to be 3 slabs in GST: 5, 18, and 40. 3 slabs, okay? 5, 18, and 40. Now, what will these 3 slabs consist of? All your basic commodities and basic necessities that was in 12% GST will drop into 5. Whatever was at 12 will go to 5, okay? Whatever was at 28 will come to 18. And your sin stocks, which is, what is your sin stocks? Your tobacco, gambling, all of that, and luxury goods, because luxury goods is a sin in India. So all of this will go to apparently 40% of GST. Imagine 40%. Unbelievable. So items currently taxed at 12% are milk, frozen vegetables, sausages, pasta, jams, namkeens, all your bhujia, all of this will come into 5%. So that means the consumption might go up. Even footwear under 1,000 will come under 5%, right? The rest of it, something else will come under 28, and most of the tobacco products like cigarette and beer and all of that will go into 40%. Matlab, now time to become healthy. All the people who are sitting and drinking and smoking, I think for you guys, time is up, because now it is time to become healthy. So 40% GST, just imagine, right? Okay, for people who are smoking cigarettes, it might not make a lot of sense, because the cost of per cigarette is also less, so 40% on that will be 2-3 rupees extra. But for someone buying a luxury item, that 40% is going to really hit. And then what will happen? People will travel abroad to go buy luxury items, so that will start a new trend. But again, yeah, life insurance or medical insurance might be coming under the 5% to nil. It can either go to nil or 5%, because paying 5% is just 12% or 18% on health insurance is just absurd, honestly, right? It's not correct. But again, mostly if all of this happens, yes, your alcohol stocks will get affected. Mitesh, you're absolutely right. Alcohol stocks will get affected. All the guys who also are sitting at very high premium right now, if you look at all the alcohol companies are sitting at 80-90 P ratios, so they will definitely get affected. What do you call that? your basic necessity stocks will do well. So your FMCG can see a rebound happening, because FMCG has been suffering for a very long period of time. So FMCG can do a slight rebound. Insurance companies will fly, and AMCs might go up, might not go up. It won't have so much impact. But yes, insurance will definitely start going up tomorrow onwards, right? And assuming that this comes out the way they're thinking, and this new GST scheme comes out and the consumption reduces, and now the last thing left for them is to also reduce the LTCG and STCG. See, one by one, whatever they did in the past, they are actually taking it back because they took a lot of money, right? So now they have to increase, decrease the LTCG and STCG, because that is becoming a very big problem for India as of now, right? So this is one thing. Now, where else these problems started coming in? One more area, big problem has started coming in, and they started slipping into it. And this slippage was happening in the banking sector. Have you noticed what has happened with the banking sector? Recently, one very big news came out by ICICI Bank. Did you see that? ICICI Bank came out and said that we're going to increase the minimum average balance to 50,000 rupees, right? And that's a lot of money, because most of India does not bank at 50,000 rupees. Now, when you look at this, there is always cause and effect. Okay, there is something good and there is something bad at the same time. Now, obviously, ICICI got huge backlash, and then they had to change the minimum balance from 50,000 to 15,000. But even 15,000 is a lot, because for a lot of people who are in the lower income group, it is too expensive, right? So there is cause and effect. Okay, what is the cause and what is the effect? Let's look at it. Effect, let's look at it. Then I'll tell you why ICICI did this. But let's understand what is the effect of this. Automatically, all the small account holders will close their account, and where will they go? They will go to the one public sector bank that is trusted the most. So you will suddenly see SBI start doing really well, correct? SBI will start doing really well, because suddenly you'll see a lot of deposits coming into SBI, because most of them have that trust ki, SBI is a public sector bank, Bank of India, so we will go to SBI and do well. So that is the effect part. But why did they do this? And why is ICICI doing this? Because there has been a significant problem happening in the banking sector for a long time, which was being ignored right now. Do you guys know this? Do you guys know why this is happening? Should I explain it to you in very simple terms, and you'll be shocked with the reason that's happening? If you're an investor in ICICI Bank, you will be happy. But if you're just looking at the general scheme of things with morals and all, you will not be happy. Okay. So do you guys know simple fact of how banks make money? Very simple. The banks take money from you guys, and they will give it to some other people, and at some percentage rate of interest. So if I had to explain it in simple terms, there are two types of accounts in the banks, okay? Or maybe three types of accounts. One is savings account, current account, and fixed deposit. Let's keep fixed deposit aside. Let's only take savings account and current account. Now, when you open a current account, let's say I'm a business and I open current account and I'm keeping some money in the bank account. They take that money and give it to somebody to lend at some amount of interest rate. Okay, 7%, 8%, 9%. But does the bank pay you any money for current account? Does it pay you any interest? Zero rupees it gives you, right, for a current account. So that means definitely for bank, current account is equal to free money. Can I say that as a statement? Free money. So the more the bank has current account, the bank is very happy. The more and more I get current accounts, I'm very happy. Then you have the savings account, where bank is not very happy, because when you have a savings account, the bank has to give some amount of money to your savings account as interest, right? Ideally it should be higher, but right now the savings account is absolutely bad. It gives such a low rate of interest, but it is a cost to the bank. Like if I keep money in the bank account, the bank has to pay me some amount of interest. It is a cost to the bank, right? Now if the bank has more current accounts and less savings accounts, it is nice, because the bank has more money to play with, which is free, interest free, right? So they can lend it and make pure profit, versus having more savings account where I have to pay a lot of interest and my difference is very bad. Okay, these are the two things. Now this ratio is called CASA ratio. Okay, CASA is basically current account, savings account. Not a lot of innovation in the name, but it's called CASA ratio. Now if you look at what is happening with ICICI Bank's CASA ratio, and not just ICICI Bank, literally all the banks, this is how the CASA ratio looks like right now. Look at the leading banks, basically are facing a big decline in the share of low cost. Oh, sorry, I'm not sharing my screen. Can you see it now? Yeah. This is the CASA ratio of all banks since 2020. Look at that decline. What does this mean, or what does this mean? Okay. This basically means that the number of savings accounts have gone up and the number of current accounts have not gone up, or maybe it's gone up, but the number of savings accounts have gone up more than current accounts, right? The ratio of current accounts is lower, versus the growth of savings account. That means savings account has gone up a lot, and you can see this, that all their things have gone down except SBI. SBI doesn't care. SBI is like, क्या ही फर्क पड़ता है, हम दुनिया के लिए है, right? SBI doesn't care. But yes, ICICI has fallen. Kotak has fallen the most, biggest dip in CASA ratio. A lot of people are leaving Kotak. Maybe current accounts are not working well, or a lot of savings account has opened. So that has become a massive problem, and this is because most of this has created a small issue. Now, ICICI Bank is currently offering 2.5% on savings account, right? 2.5% on savings account. That's it. That's very bad, right? 2.5% on savings account is horrible, and that is affecting them. Even that is pinching them. And you know what they've done? This minimum balance that they've said, which is 15,000 or 50,000 or 15,000, is actually a master stroke for two reasons. Do you know what the second reason is? One reason is, yes, Shashank, they will have only people who are rich, so that means they can also upsell a lot of services for them, maybe give them a credit card and all. Imagine if I have only people who are 15,000 and above, I can sell them credit cards, I can sell them a lot of things, I can sell them loans, and I can make good money for them. Do you know what the second advantage is? Have you heard of something called penalty in the banking term? Penalty. If you do not hold minimum balance, you will get a penalty. Yes, very sad. Huh? This is, now I said no, moral also comes into the picture. Now look at this. Let me go down. This is what the penalties. Given that ICICI Bank's higher minimum balance is only new accounts, at least for the time being, it will come into effect for others, right? ICICI currently puts a penal charge of 6% of the shortfall in if the required amount balance is lower, or 500 rupees, whichever is lower. Either 6% of the shortfall or 500 rupees, whichever is lower. Okay, it is crazy. It is crazy. And guess what? In between 2020 and 2025, 10 public sector banks basically took 8,800 crores from Aam Aadmi's pockets in terms of shortfall. 8,800 crores went into the banking system just because of penalties of shortfall. And this does not even include SBI. That's not good, right? Because think about it, okay, from a different perspective or from a logical perspective. A person who is not able to maintain minimum balance is usually a person who does not have that kind of money to even afford a penalty. Correct? Cannot even afford a penalty. And we have removed 9,000 crores from that kind of an audience, which is definitely not a good sign, right? So now ICICI Bank is also going to start making a lot of this, right? They are going to also make a lot of this income, which will come from, let's say, penalty charges will all start coming. So now this basic structure of what they've proposed, this minimum balance, now this is not just ICICI Bank. You know, other banks have also started thinking about this and will start implementing this very soon. Other banks are also thinking about this right now, that we will increase the minimum balance. Lot of other banks, look at this. I'll show you. Not just ICICI Bank. Immediately after that, we also saw HDFC Bank doing the same thing. Even HDFC Bank started doing this. Right? They're also saying that we will, making it mandatory for account holders to maintain minimum balance to avoid penalties. And these are the two largest banks in India. And when such things happen, obviously it is not a good sign for the lower middle class or lower income group who cannot maintain the minimum balance. But that in a way it's a good news, because now they will start going where? Where will they start going? They will start going to public sector banks, and the deposits over there will do well, right? But this is the problem with cause and effect, right? This is the problem with cause and effect. But if I'm a shareholder of HDFC Bank or a shareholder of ICICI Bank, I will be happy, because now the CASA ratio will improve, right? And the margins will improve. The profits of ICICI Bank will improve. The bank will become rich. People will not become that rich, but the bank will become rich. So if I'm a shareholder of ICICI Bank or shareholder of HDFC Bank, there is a direct benefit to this. But on the opposite side, there is a direct D negative part of this. But you see how things are being taken now with drastic measures, right? Would you ever think that ICICI would make it 50,000 minimum balance? Imagine, this is a bank after doing a lot of research, right? So this is what I'm saying. This is things that are happening on cause and effect. Now coming to Nifty 50, and where will we go from here? Now, I have a question to you guys. Okay, when Nifty 50 falls, why do a lot of us get scared? Or why can't all of us look at the phone and look at the red? Like we look at the red of our portfolio, Shashank, our portfolio is down 10%, 15%, 20%. I told you this last week as well, right? When gold falls, people go outside running to the streets and buying gold when gold prices go down. Gold price with the 5% discount you get. I've seen people going and ordering with coupon codes so that is 5% discount, right? When market is currently sitting at 5% discount, nobody wants the market right now. But let us look at history, let's not just talk numbers out of our whatever. Let's look at history, right? If I look at Nifty's last 20 years return, okay, if I just extrapolate it and look at the last 20%, 20 years of return, you will see that whenever Nifty has a bad year or a slowdown, it is always followed by good years. Okay, let me zoom into this part. If you can see it, I think you can see it here. Yeah. So this is the annual returns of Nifty over time. Okay. So whenever Nifty gives a bad year, okay, or two bad years, the consecutive years are always good. Again, minus 50%, 75%, minus 24, and then 27, 6%, 31%, minus 4, minus 3, 28, 3, 12, 14, 24. Very sad time this was, but this is how it works, right? And then right now we're at minus 4. That day, last year we got minus 4. Then we got 19% returns on an index level. Now we are at 8.5, but we will get, now we're even worse than 8.5. Last year was 8.5. Now we are almost 0% right now, right? But you see this every time you will see a fall, things have become better, right? Every time there is a bad quarter, there will suddenly be a good quarter. Even on a quarter-on-quarter basis, this is happening. Every single time. This has been repeating again and again and again and again and again. Why? Because what is happening is the cycles in India are becoming far shorter, right? And we are also recovering much faster because a lot of DII, SIP money has come into the system. And every time the market falls by 3-4%, DIIs are coming and investing in the market. That is exactly what is happening right now, right? So whenever market falls or goes down or gives a flat year, it is basically indicating that, boss, get ready, because we still have to maintain the average of 10 to 12% over time. So just maintain and get ready. And you will see now that all signs are leading up to this. With all the things we spoke about in the start of the session, about what the government of India is doing, will GST, lowering the GST, light the match? Pata nahi. Right? Maybe HTCG, LTCG be thoda lower karo so that people like me are also happy, because for us the whole business is stock market, right? So will that work? I don't know. Will GST work? I don't know. But they're trying one by one to reduce all different type of pockets to understand and see where the revenue will actually come from, or where the growth of the market will come from. Because you can increase the taxes, but if nobody is spending, you will not make any money anyway. I'd rather have slightly lower taxes, but then I increase the base, so a lot of people start investing, and then I make a lot of money. So that is where the game is being played right now, right? All clear? Understood? So if you ask me right now, as we all know, the results in this quarter was not great at all. But we are seeing a lot of signs. One by one, I'm seeing a sign happening. One by one, people are reacting to the market, reacting to the bad news, and all this reaction will eventually trigger a positive reaction. And that is exactly what happens, right? I have actually started doubling my SIPs. I think I recently made a post about it on my YouTube community as well, where I spoke about, not recently, some time ago, where I've started doubling my SIPs, right? I've started investing the SIPs like really well now, because I know it's inevitable. Aaj nahi to kal nahi to parso jana hi hai. तो अभी डाल दो, मतलब flat है ना market, it is flat, it is giving you an opportunity to average. So don't think and just go. If you don't know how to do, ETFs are there, a lot of other things are there. So I'm just increasing my mutual funds right now and just keeping it there. Stocks I'm already capped out, so I can't do more. And Trump effect कुछ भी नहीं होगा, कुछ भी नहीं होगा. Trump effect, how does it matter? Half the things that Trump has put tariff on does not even affect our entire economy, because he's already removed tariff, or he's already removed pharma as an exemption. He's put software services as an exemption. क्या ही करोगे? Shrimp, that's what I told you last time. Shrimp पे there is tax. ले लो भाई, तुम ही खाते हो. We don't eat that much, right? So it's okay. So this is what I'm saying. The taxes kind of hurt our ecosystem, and we're trying to reset it, rebound it. And if you really want to attract FIIs and all of that, give them some benefit of investing in India. You know, so much money right now, like from FIIs, Dubai money and all, is going to US market, right? Because the tax here is insane, and people are creating companies out of Dubai and investing in US, because Dubai to US, there is no tax on the gains of the stock market. So a lot of these things are happening in the market, but let's see. I don't know. But we are looking at it. Again, a lot of interesting things are coming out this week. So let me give you a quick update of what all is happening from our end. So I think day before yesterday on 15th, no, yesterday on 15th August, We launched the first swing trading cohort for only the YouTube community members, and what happened was the link got screwed up. A lot of problems happened with the link. Then we had to keep it open for a longer period of time. We wanted to take 300 people, but I think almost 750 people or 800 people have come in, and we've stopped the link in one day itself. Literally last night we cut the link out, and we said enough. And next we will launch it directly to the public, but not right now, after some time. So this is one thing that's happened. Side by side, I have started my small case registration. We have already built the thesis of the portfolio. So we had two portfolios that we are coming out with. Two small cases that we are planning to come out. One is a quant small case, and one is a wealth grower wealth grower. Matlab, it's a long-term basket, right? It is to like an SIP kind of a system, which will fit everybody. It is not like aggressive portfolio. It is a medium level portfolio, but the main game is to beat the index, right? So we're thinking now which to launch first. Should we launch an aggressive portfolio, or should we launch one size fit all portfolio, which is not an aggressive portfolio? So that is what we're working on, but we're currently doing the registration in the back end. It should take around 2 weeks is what we're saying. So let's see. The date we have said is 5th September. I'm working very hard to get that date up and live, but if it happens, if it happens. If it doesn't happen, it might be maybe 15th September. I don't know, right? So that is going to be coming out soon. So as I said, these two things are only there now in the agenda. Swing is already over. It's locked now. We'll have small case coming out in September, and the second small case should come out somewhere in October end is what we're looking at right now. And then we will wait. And then the third basket will be a mid and small cap basket is what we're thinking right now. But let's see. I think not too many baskets we're planning to create. We're just planning to focus on few good baskets. And as I said, my main goal is now I only have one big enemy in the market. Can somebody tell me who's my enemy? One enemy I have day in, day out. Every time when I'm sleeping, getting up, taking a shower, I'm only thinking about this enemy that I have in the stock market. So once that happens on September 5th, my main goal is me and that enemy for life. And that is the index. Index is my enemy. I don't care about anybody else. Bas, index ko beat karte jao. Keep. No, Trump Anna is not my enemy. Trump Anna is his own enemy. He's not my enemy. He's not Modi's enemy. He's not Putin's enemy. Oh, he's his own enemy, right? But my enemy is index, right? And that is what my game is, that over a long-term period, obviously every year nobody beats the index. Even Warren Buffett didn't beat the index every year. But over a large period of time, let's say 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, he did beat the index. So the game is to beat the index as much as possible and to become a nice long-term investor over a long period of time. Yes. Okay. Coming to meetup. Yes, we are planning to do a meetup in Bangalore very, very soon. I will give you guys updates on it, right? We are planning to do like a small meetup in this. So let's see. Okay. Awesome, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And guys, I don't see you guys clicking on the like button. So please click on that like button and we will keep chilling. We will keep interacting. I will come back again next week. And now I have to go watch this War 2 movie and Coolie. So hopefully the reviews are good for this movie as well. But let's see. Again, a big shout out to Grow for sponsoring this channel and helping us grow as well. So if you have any doubts, any questions on investments, you can definitely check out the Grow app. Okay. Thank you guys. Take care. I will see you guys soon and I'll keep you updated with more and more things. And this week is going to be packed with information. And we have one very interesting podcast coming out. We recently launched Right Research podcast as well. So you should go check it out as well. Okay. Awesome, guys. Take care. See you. Bye-bye.